Pay Rights has been created to provide working people with accurate information and advice about what can be done if you or someone you know is the victim of wage theft. In this recording, we'll explain what is wage theft, how much should you be paid, and what can you do to get back any wages you're owed. One option for you to get help is to share in confidence some details about your situation, and we can give you some information and advice. At the end, we'll also explain a bit more about this service. What is wage theft? Wage theft is when an employer deliberately underpays a worker less than what should be paid, refuses to pay superannuation, these payments for retirement savings are compulsory, refuses to pay extra time worked, including weekend, extra or after hours work, refuses to pay the personal, annual or other leave workers are entitled to be paid, refuses to pay allowances or extra pay owed when under a legal award, contract or agreement, for example travel costs, refuses to pay for work experience, trial work or training. If any of the above has happened to you, you've been ripped off. It's not fair and it should not happen in Australia. You are not alone and there are things that you can do to get money you may be owed or to prevent theft from others in future. How much should you be paid? Wages and pay are set under law in different ways. It can depend on whether you are covered under the Australian Federal Employment Laws or West Australian WA state laws. Your age, there are different lower pay or wages for young people compared with adults aged 21 years or older, and whether you are paid under a minimum wage, an award, which is a broad category for lawful employment conditions and pay, or an enterprise bargaining agreement, EBA, which is a way to set wages for a specific business or employing organisation. If you find it difficult from the information below to work out your proper pay, you can share details via this link, www.payrightsoroneword.com.au/share_your_for_help, or email us at payrightswa@gmail.com. And towards the end of this recording, some questions are put. The answers from you will help us get back to you with the best information as quickly as possible. Are you under the Australian Federal or WA state system? The Australian National or Federal System of Workplace Laws covers businesses and organisations and their employees that operate as proprietary limited businesses that are trading or financial corporations, for example, Smith Proprietary Limited trading as Jane's Cafe. Incorporated partnerships, for example, Smith Proprietary Limited and Bob Smith trading as Jane's Cafe. Incorporated trust arrangements, for example, Smith Proprietary Limited as trustees for the Smith Family Trust trading as Jane's Cafe. Incorporated associations and other not-for-profit organisations that are trading or financial corporations. The West Australian State System of Workplace Laws covers businesses and organisations and their employees that operate as sole traders, for example, Jane Smith trading as Jane's Cafe. Unincorporated partnerships, for example, Jane and Bob Smith trading as Jane's Cafe. Unincorporated trust arrangements, Jane and Bob Smith as trustees for the Smith Family Trust trading as Jane's Cafe. Or incorporated associations and other not-for-profit organisations that are not trading or financial corporations. Age and minimum wages. Minimum wages are set by both Australian Federal and West Australian employment law. However, in Western Australia, working in a domestic home or agriculture, pay may be lower. If this applies to you, share your details via the link mentioned above and the email, which will be repeated again at the end of this recording, so we can give you good information and advice. Under Australian federal laws, the current minimum wage rates for adults and young people from 1 July 2020 are the wages paid before taxation is taken out. No one should be paid below the relevant minimum wage when covered under federal law. These wage rates by age are: under 16 years, $7.30 per hour, or a casual rate, which adds 25%, of $9.13. 16 years of age, $9.38 per hour, and the casual rate $11.73. 17 years, $11.46 per hour, or casual at $14.33 per hour. 18 years of age, $33.55 per hour, a casual rate of $16.94. 19 years of age, $16.36, casual rate $20.45, age 20, $19.38 per hour, a casual rate of $24.23 per hour. And for an adult aged 21 years and over, the minimum hourly rate is $19.98 per hour and the casual rate $24.98 per hour. Under West Australian workplace laws, the current minimum rates for adults and young people from the 1st of January 2021 are: for those aged 21 years and over, the standard hourly rate is $20 per hour, or for casual work, $24 per hour. For those aged 20 years of age, $18 per hour and $21.60 for casual work. For those aged 19 years, $16 and $19.20 per hour for casual work. For those aged 18, $14 per hour and $16.80 per hour for casual work. For those aged 17 years, $12 per hour and $14.40 per hour for casual work. For those aged 17 years of age, $12 per hour and $14.40 per hour for casual work. For those aged 16, $10 per hour and $12 per hour for casual work. For those aged under 16, $8 per hour minimum for standard work and $9.60 for casual work. It's relevant to note that as many apprentices and trainees are also young people, there can be different rates of pay for apprentices and trainees. These are listed in awards, which I'll cover in a second, or enterprise bargaining agreements, which I'll also go through now. Award or enterprise bargaining agreement. If you have a letter or written contract confirming your employment, it should include details about how your pay is set. For example, such as reference to an Australian federal or WA minimum wage, an Australian federal or WA award, which covers most jobs across various industries or occupations, or an enterprise bargaining agreement or EBA. This is typically an agreement that is lodged with an Australian Federal or West Australia Industrial Commission to cover the pay and conditions of people working for a specific business, company or organisation. Some details about Australian federal awards are available at www.fairwork.gov.au/awards-and-agreements/awards/find my award. And you can go here for a list of all federal awards. www.fairwork.gov.au/awards-and-agreements/awards/find list of awards. The Fair Work Ombudsman has a website function to calculate what someone should be paid, and that can be used online at https://calculate.fairwork.gov.au/find-your-award. You can call or make contact with the Fair Work Ombudsman on 131394, noting that they use Eastern States office hours times. You can view or download from the Fair Work Ombudsman website its Fair Work Information Statement, which covers details about pay and other work rights. Information about federal or Australian enterprise bargaining agreements can be found at www.fairwork.gov.au/awards-and-agreements, and you can search all federal EBAs online at www.fairwork.gov.au/dictionary.aspx?term=2034. There is some useful information about West Australian awards detailed at www.commerce.wa.gov.au/labor-relations/finding-right-pay-rate, and at www.wairc.en/full awards is a list of all awards in Western Australia. You can find West Australian enterprise bargaining agreements online at www.wairc.wa.gov.au/en/agreements. You can also call the Wage Line Support Service, and the number for that is 1300 655 266. You might like to note these opening times when they can take calls, and that's between 8:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, or from 9 a.m. to 4:30 on Tuesday. How can you get what you're owed? If you want to do something about getting back wages you are owed, you are both helping yourself and helping to prevent others being victims in future. To get started, it's best to have ready as much of the following information as possible. For example, your employer's name and address, your most recent pay slip, if you are given one, your start date with your employer, your end date with your employer, if your employment has ended, your employment contract or letter of appointment, if you have one, your award or enterprise agreement, if that's known. What steps to take depends on the kind of work done, whether protected by Australian or WA laws, as well as decisions you make about how best to go about getting back what you're owed. Shortly, I'll explain how an online completion or email responses to some basic questions can make it simpler for you to help us help you. Alternatively, you can decide among these options as follows. If you are already a member of your union, you can contact them to get their support. Contact details for unions in Western Australia are available at www.unionswa.com.au/find_a_union. If you are not a member of a union, but you wish to join a union, to get support, you can either call the Australian Unions Hotline on 1300 486 466, or complete that function at the end of this recording by sending us an email and we will facilitate an introduction. If you are not a member of a union and you wish to get some legal advice of your own, you can contact the Employment Community Legal Service in Western Australia, Green Circle. And you can go directly to the Green Circle by contacting them at https://circlegreen, all one word, .org.au/get-help. Or you can call them on 08 6148 3636. If you know that your employment was covered under federal employment law, you can seek support from the Fair Work Ombudsman with contact details at www.fairwork.gov.au/contact-USOR, or you can call them on 131394, noting that they answer calls in Eastern Time business hours. If you know that you are covered under West Australian employment law, you can contact WageLine at www.commerce.wa.gov.au/labour with an OUR relations/contact-wageline, or call them on 1300 655 266, and that's at 8:30 to 4:30 p.m. on Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays and Fridays, or 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. on Tuesdays. You might wish to employ your own lawyer to represent you. That will cost you some money. If you wish, we can refer you to get some early advice at no cost, but to take your matter further, you will have to pay some yourself later. For this option, listen to the next part of this recording. How to share your story for help. If you share your story with us in confidence, that will give us information that might help you get back wages you are owed, or help us to prevent others in future from having their wages wrongly taken from them. You can submit your details anonymously if you choose. We may be able to help you directly to get back wages you are owed, and if you wish to receive help with your matter, some way of contacting you is needed, such as an email or phone number. We will always respect and protect your privacy, and a copy of our privacy policy is available upon request. If you are able to do so, you can complete questions online at www.payrights/share_your_story_for_help. As an alternative, you can email, and I will go through some of the questions we hope you can answer us to make sure we give you good advice as quickly as possible. You can email us at payrightswa, all one word, @gmail.com. In sending an email, first just write in your own words explaining your story about having wages stolen, unpaid or withheld. It helps if you could describe which of the following experiences you've had related to wage theft. Were you unpaid or underpaid wages? That is, the rate of pay per hour was too low. Or were you not paid for hours when you did work? For example, you worked hours you were not paid at all, e.g. unpaid overtime or weekend work overtime. Or was it unpaid superannuation, or an unpaid work experience trial or internship? Were you refused award or agreement entitlements such as allowances for travelling for work purposes or annual leave? Or were there other details? In the job where your wages were stolen, about how much per hour were you paid in your hand, that is, after tax? In that job, about how much in total do you estimate your wages were stolen or wrong? That is, how much do you think you are owed? Were you employed as a casual? That means you did not expect to be paid when sick or to get holidays during which you were paid. If you were not paid for all the hours you worked, how many hours on average, or typically in a week, did you work without being paid? Did your employer make superannuation contributions for you? These are compulsory. Adults and young people are paid at different rates. In what age group are you, or were you, at the time you were a victim, in relation to the job you're describing here? Were you aged under 18 years, aged 18 to 20 years, aged 21 years or over? What is your current employment status? Are you employed, self-employed, unemployed, student, or other? Did you get the conditions, for example, the allowances, annual leave, which you were entitled to? Which best describes the wage theft on which you are basing your responses in your contact with us? Is it your current job, past job? You're a family member, friend of somebody in paid work that has been ripped off? Or is it something else? For the job you are referring to here, which best describes the employer? Were they a small or family business, medium-sized business, large business, self-employed, not-for-profit, public sector or government agency, a labour hire company, or an other, or you don't know? For the job you are describing here, do you know how the wages and conditions were set? Maybe not. Maybe you know it was under West Australian employment law, or federal employment law, a collective or enterprise bargaining agreement, a written contract, a verbal contract, or maybe you were just paid cash in hand. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us that you feel is relevant? If we have an email or phone number, we can check details and reply to you easily. Is there a name we can use? If you wish to remain anonymous, of course that is okay. Which email is best for you? Can you share a phone number so we can call you if needed? Just a brief note before closing about Pay Rights and who we are. Pay Rights was created by Unions WA. Unions WA is the peak body comprising of most trade unions in Western Australia. This is a project funded by the West Australian Department of Mines, Industry Regulation and Safety. Funding for this project came from an inquiry held into wage theft in Western Australia, which found that more education and support was needed among working people in Western Australia to prevent and address wage theft. Thank you.